Golden State does defensively and just like the problems they present with how long and switchable they are, kind of what makes them so difficult to play against?
Yeah, they have a lot of athletic, long wings and bigs that can, stretch out and guard, 1 through 4, 1 through 5. And when that happens, they're able to kind of get you out of your sets early to where you just kind of have to try to find ways to break the paint and make the ball move and not let it stick. They do a good job of getting their hands in passing lanes and causing turnovers and get down in transition, which leads to, easier buckets for, all their guys. So give them credit. They're very, very good defensively and even without guys who are in the lineup now.
Sarah, Todd.
Mike, you've got a tough January schedule coming up. I'm wondering when you have like a lot of games bunched together against like top contending teams, does that create different opportunities for you?
Well, I think they're always great opportunities when we get to play against the best in the league, especially when we consider ourselves to be in that conversation. We want to compete against those guys and win those games and play in those big games and have those moments, because those are the teams that, we're going to have to match up with when, the time comes in the playoffs and we want to try to get to where we're trying to go. So when we look at this part of the schedule, it's an opportunity for everybody to really test themselves, challenge themselves in every facet of the game. Each game will be different. Tonight we didn't make a lot of shots. The next night we might make a whole bunch of shots and the story might be different. So, it's just, how we stay consistent through the ups and downs and be ready for the next opponent.
Andy Larson.
2 questions for you, Mike. First, do you learn something from, a quality opponent like that during the game, or do you feel like you kind of have to wait until you watch film after to really kind of get some key takeaways you can use for the rest of the year?
You learn stuff during the game. Halftime we were already making adjustments on certain plays they were running and how to guard Steph in certain situations, and even when we were adjusting, they would have another adjustment to our adjustment. So it was a chess match through and through, and that's what you get with the best teams. So you're constantly learning and adjusting and trying to figure out each other as the game goes on.
And then second question, obviously Steph is incredible, but when you guys are playing your best defense against him, what are you guys doing well?
I think one, we're communicating. It's not easy having that assignment to guard him, and because he scores in so many different ways, but they're strictly looking for him. It feels like only. So like if he passes it and gets off the ball, he comes right back cuts, comes off the other side. And with all that happening, you having somebody behind you being able to communicate and say, switch, or me telling somebody else to switch out, bump out during a play. If we can, sniff something out. All that stuff is important and helpful, because at the end of the day, you can do all that, all the talking, all the communication, he'll still score. But as long as we make him work and try to make it tougher on him, I think it gives ourselves the best chance to win.
Eric Walden.
Mike, obviously having Rudy and Hassan, you guys don't get a whole lot of opportunities to break out the small ball lineup, but with Hassan out tonight, got some extended minutes. What did you see from it? Where is there still room to improve? And what do you take from tonight on a night when, everything is kind of thrown off by the Steph Curry factor?
Well, yeah, I think, you don't get too many minutes with certain lineups like we've had tonight, but, those guys went out there and did the best they could. Obviously, it's different without having a traditional big in Hassan or Rudy back there, because we base our defense basically solely on, forcing everybody to our big. So when that happens, we kind of have to retrain our minds and readjust to, remembering not to let your guy, beat you, be in the help side. Everybody's kind of activated into more of a help the helper situation, as opposed to trying to make it a 2-on-2 situation with the big and the guard, like we're accustomed to doing. So it just takes some time to adjust to it. Hopefully we get more minutes with those units and continue to just get better from it.
All right, and our last question will be from Andy Larson.
Oh, sorry, I don't have a question. I just left my hand up. My bad. Thanks, Mike.
Well, in that case, that's it for the night. Thanks, Mike.